Welcome back to the Malaysia Money Matters show. It's January 21st, 2025, and we've got a ton to unpack today.
Definitely a lot happening.
Let's jump right in with some Malaysian company news before we zoom out to the international scene.
Sounds good.
First up, 7-Eleven Malaysia.
Okay.
They're partnering with 7Bank to install 100 cash recycling machines.
ATMs.
Yeah, ATMs and check deposit services all across Malaysia.
Interesting. I thought everything was going cashless these days.
Right, but this move actually targets suburban areas with less banking access.
Oh, that makes sense. Financial inclusion and all that.
Exactly. And get this, the joint venture behind this, Reachful, is hinting at even bigger plans.
Like what?
They're talking about expanding into full-fledged banking services.
Wow. At 7-Eleven.
Not just 7-Eleven, think supermarkets and petrol stations too.
So you could grab groceries, fill up your tank, and handle your banking all in one go.
That's the idea. It's making me wonder, though.
What's that?
Is 7-Eleven becoming more of a financial hub than just a convenience store?
And what does that mean for traditional banks if everyone starts banking at 7-Eleven?
Lots to think about. Okay, moving on to Aham Capital.
All right.
They just announced a massive RM 1.11 billion income distribution across 89 of their funds.
That's huge.
Definitely good news for investors.
It really shows how well the Malaysian equities and fixed income markets are performing.
It does, but, in today's global landscape, it's a good reminder of something.
Oh, absolutely. Diversification is key. You don't want all your eggs in one basket.
So true. Okay, next up we have Datasonic.
What did they do?
They just secured another one-year extension for their contracts to supply Malaysian passports and biodata pages.
Again, how many extensions is that now?
This is their fourth. It boosts their contract ceilings by a combined RM 150.45 million.
So that they're basically the go-to for Malaysian passports then?
It seems that way. I mean, it makes you wonder, with all this talk about digital IDs and biometrics.
Yeah, what's the future of the physical passport? How long until those are just collector's items?
Good question. All right, now let's talk about Bursa Malaysia. CIEB Securities is predicting some good things.
Like what?
They're saying a 37% to 39% net profit growth for Bursa Malaysia in 2024,
Wow, that's impressive.
even with a potential dip in the fourth quarter because of subdued securities trading.
Well, every market has its ups and downs.
Right. But they're saying the long-term outlook looks good.
What's driving that optimism?
They point to Malaysia's ongoing policy reforms and healthy corporate earnings growth.
So maybe a good time for investors to take another look at Bursa Malaysia.
Possibly. Now let's switch gears to something a little greener. Dialog Group is teaming up with Petronas Gas.
For what?
They're developing a new air separation unit, an ASU, in Pengerang.
What's special about this ASU?
It'll be powered by LNG, makes it cost-effective and environmentally friendly,
Interesting. It seems like everyone is trying to be more sustainable these days.
and for good reason. Okay, next up we have for Jarbru Builder. They're leading a huge project. The Penang Medicity project. It's a RM2 billion mixed-use development.
What will it have?
Healthcare, wellness, residential, retail, commercial components, a whole shebang.
So they're really trying to turn Penang into a medical tourism hub?
That's the goal. And get this, they're integrating clean energy solutions.
Nice. So it's good for the environment and good for Penang's image.
Exactly. Okay, last on our Malaysian company news, we have Mieko Chipboard.
What are they up to?
They're selling 2 industrial land parcels in Kuantan for RM 40 million.
Why are they doing that?
They're consolidating their operations at their Kuala Lumpur plant.
So streamlining for efficiency.
Yep. Sometimes you have to let go to grow, right?
That's business.
Okay, now that we've covered what's happening here in Malaysia, let's see what's making waves internationally.
Let's do it.
First up, Donald Trump. He's starting his second term as U.S. president.
And what's the reaction in Asia?
Well, most Asian currencies and equities are actually rising.
So they're optimistic about Trump's second term.
Maybe cautiously optimistic. There's always some uncertainty with Trump.
True. He could flip-flop on trade deals or who knows what.
Right. It'll be interesting to see how things unfold. Now let's talk about something positive.
Okay, what's the good news?
Malaysia and the European Union are resuming negotiations for the Malaysia-EU Free Trade Agreement.
MEU FTA. Wasn't that stalled for ages?
Yep, over a decade. But they're back at the negotiating table.
I wonder if they'll be able to hammer out a deal this time.
Time will tell. But if they do, it could have a big impact on trade and investment.
Definitely something to keep an eye on.
Now, back to the U.S. for a minute. This time we're focusing on tech. Specifically, Chinese tech.
What's happening there?
The cost of hedging against swings in the Hang Seng Tech Index is at a 4-month low.
compared to the broader Hang Seng Index.
Exactly.
Hmm. So are investors less worried about Trump's impact on Chinese tech this time around?
That's one interpretation. But it could also be other factors at play. It's a complex situation.
True. The tech world is always changing. Okay, what else is happening internationally?
Let's shift our focus to South Korea. Things are a bit tense there. Their impeached president,
Yoon Suk-yeol.
yes, he's refusing to cooperate with investigators. It's causing some political turmoil.
Oh, wow. Political instability is never good for a country's economy.
Exactly. Okay, now back to Malaysia, but with an international twist.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Malaysia is pushing for a single visa program for tourists visiting ASEAN countries.
Like a Schengen visa, but for Southeast Asia.
That's the idea. Streamline travel and boost tourism in the whole region.
Now that would be amazing. No more juggling different visas and entry requirements.
Right. It could really change the game for Southeast Asian tourism.
Agreed. It'll be interesting to see if they can make it happen.
All right, time for our final international news item, and it's a positive one.
Good. I need some good news. What is it?
Malaysia's total trade in 2024 jumped 9.2% to a record RM 2.879 trillion.
Wow. So the 25th consecutive year of trade surplus, then.
Yep. Looks like the Malaysian economy is ending the year strong.
It's great to see positive economic news like that. Gives everyone a reason to be optimistic.
Absolutely. So there you have it, a quick rundown of the latest Malaysian and international news.
A lot to digest, but that's why we're here, right? To break it all down.
Exactly. Now, let's dive a bit deeper into some of these stories and explore what they could mean for you.
Let's do it. It's really interesting how all these different stories kind of start to connect, you know?
I know what you mean. It paints a bigger picture of how things are moving.
Right. Speaking of bigger pictures, the East Coast Economic Region had a banner year.
The EC year.
Yep. They attracted a record RM 13.4 billion in investments last year.
That's a huge jump from 2023.
A 56% increase, in fact, really shows the potential of the region.
And it's not just about the total amount, right? What are they investing in?
That's the exciting part. There's the expansion of Alliance Steel and Eastern Steel's plants, a new integrated waste management facility, even a luxury hotel in Pulau Perhentian Kessel.
So it's not just one sector then. Lots of different areas getting attention.
Exactly. Creating jobs and opportunities across the board. And it's not all about big projects either. The IPR Intin program is doing some amazing work.
I haven't heard of that one. What do they do?
They're focused on poverty eradication, introducing modern farming techniques to boost chili yields.
Chili peppers.
Yep. The goal is to reduce reliance on imported chilies, improve food security, and,
Help the farmers earn more.
Exactly. It's a win-win, kind of like what's happening in Mersing.
What's going on there?
They're turning it into a major fisheries hub with this new Endo-Mersing fish processing park.
Just processing fish, though. Or something more.
It's about adding value, taking those fish and creating high-value products for the global market.
Smart move. Now, for something completely different, let's talk about cars.
Okay, I'm listening.
Peroda is teaming up with University Technology Malaysia, UTM,
To do what?
develop next-gen electric vehicles.
Wow, that's ambitious. I'm all for homegrown innovation.
Me too. And it's not just about building the cars. They're also focusing on research and development.
Makes sense. You need the brains behind the operation.
Exactly. There's talent development programs and even a dedicated satellite lab at UTM.
This is big. Malaysia getting into the electric vehicle game in a serious way.
Okay, time for a little fun. Remember that huge sports Toto jackpot?
The RM 121 million one, of course.
Well, it's been one.
Finally, someone's life just changed forever.
Actually, a few lives. One standard play winner got RM 34.92 million. Two system play winners got the same amount. And there were multiple winners for Easy Bet, who split another RM 16.96 million.
Wait, system play, what's that?
Oh, right. With system play, you choose more numbers than the standard set.
So more chances to win, but you have to split the prize if others pick the same numbers.
Yep. Okay, back to serious business. The high-speed rail, the HSR connecting KL to Singapore,
Didn't that get canceled?
it had a few hiccups. But our transport minister says it's back on the table.
But under certain conditions, I bet.
Definitely. He's made it clear there needs to be strong private sector participation.
And not a lot of government funding.
Exactly. Limited government funds. Tan Sri Vincent Tan has expressed interest.
The founder of Berjaya Corp, that's a big name.
He is. But even he says it's crucial to evaluate the project's economic feasibility first.
Smart man. You don't want to jump into something that massive without crunching the numbers.
Speaking of numbers, let's talk about Malaysia and the UK.
What about them?
Now that both are part of the CPTPP, there's potential for a lot more investment in trade.
That's the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership.
Well, the one and only.
It's
The
big.
first time Malaysia and the UK will have a free trade agreement.
That's big news. Opens up a lot of doors.
Our Minister of Investment, Trade and Industry is pretty optimistic.
What makes him so confident?
Well, during our PM's recent trip to the UK, they secured RM11 billion in potential investments.
Not bad at all. What kind of investments are we talking about?
Data centers, renewable energy projects, real estate developments, all sorts of things.
Sounds like the UK is pretty keen on Malaysia right now.
They are. And speaking of renewable energy, the Energy Commission is holding another bid for large-scale solar.
Another one. They just had the LSS5 bid.
They did. But this time, they're aiming for 2,000 milli-W of capacity.
So Malaysia's really serious about that whole green energy transition.
It seems that way.
Yeah.
Okay, time to address the elephant in the room, or rather, the missing train at the airport.
You mean the KLIA Aerotrain?
The one and only.
Huh?
Been out of service for almost 2 years.
A real pain for travelers.
I know. But MEHB says they're almost ready to resume service.
Finally. But what took so long?
They've been doing a ton of safety checks and tests.
Well, better safe than sorry. Especially after such a long downtime.
Right. And speaking of MEHB, our transport minister is pushing for privatization.
He thinks it'll make things run smoother.
Faster implementation of projects, greater accountability.
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Interesting. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
And it's already happening. The consortium taking over MEHB just lowered their acceptance condition to 85%.
Down from 90%, so they're confident they'll get enough shares.
Seems that way. Okay, let's switch gears to semiconductors.
Always a hot topic.
The U.S. announced restrictions on AI chip exports. Some are worried about the impact on Malaysian companies.
Yeah, but most Malaysian companies aren't really making the chips themselves, right?
Mostly assembly and testing. So the impact might not be as bad.
Still something to keep an eye on, though.
Definitely. Okay, let's revisit those labor market paradoxes we touched on earlier.
Those were some real head-scratchers. Low median wages despite low unemployment.
And that mismatch between graduates and industry needs. What can be done about that?
It really comes down to better collaboration between education and industry. Make sure what's being taught is what companies need.
Makes sense. And then there's the lack of high-paying jobs for TVET and STEM grads.
That's a tough one. We need to create those opportunities to keep that talent here.
Okay, now for some more good news. Remember the single visa program for ASEAN tourists?
Oh, yeah. That would be a game changer for travel in the region.
Imagine one visa, multiple destinations, boost tourism across Southeast Asia.
It just needs to actually happen.
Fingers crossed. Now let's talk property, specifically Medini Iskandar in Johor.
What's happening there?
They're considering converting land from a private lease scheme to freehold status.
So that land would be worth a lot more, wouldn't it?
Exactly. Attract a lot more investors.
Especially Sunway BHD, they have a lot of land there.
And with that new Johor-Singapore Special Economic Zone, things are already heating up.
Could be a real estate boom on the horizon.
And then you have TechCycle Technology partnering with Xantara
For what?
to beef up their waste management capabilities,
Yeah.
important for the manufacturing sector.
Sustainability is becoming a big deal for everyone these days.
It is. And then we have the government's plan to increase railway track utilization,
How much are they aiming for?
80% by 2030.
That's a big jump from the current 30%. Going to take a lot of investment.
But it could mean less reliance on road transport, less congestion, fewer emissions.
And they're talking to Thailand about better rail links too, right?
They are. Imagine a seamless rail network across all of Southeast Asia.
That would be incredible. Transform trade and tourism. Okay, what else do we have?
Let's talk about UU Holdings. They just got 2 contract renewals,
For how much?
RM 27.5 million, for TNP projects, naturally.
They really have a strong foothold in that area.
And their order book for 2025 is looking pretty good.
So things are looking up for them then.
It seems that way. Okay, this one's interesting, the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas.
Finally, some good news on that front. It was a terrible situation.
It was. And it actually impacted some Malaysian companies, too.
Really? How so?
Yeah, think port operators and exporters. Shipping routes were disrupted, things were delayed.
That makes sense. It's all connected, isn't it?
It is. The ceasefire should help things get back on track. Now, for a company trying something new,
Okay, I'm all ears. Who is it?
Skyworld Development. They're moving into the manufacturing of modular systems.
Modular systems, like for construction.
Exactly. Prefabricated and pre-finished.
That's an interesting move. Why are they doing that?
It's part of this trend towards industrialized construction. More efficient, faster, more sustainable.
Smart. They're getting ahead of the curve.
Now let's talk about a partnership that could really shake things up. Maxlin and GDC Data,
What are they teaming up for?
a data center development project in Kulim, Kedah.
Data centers. Those are in high demand with everyone going digital.
Exactly. It's a smart move by Maxlin, tapping into that growing market.
Okay, what else is happening?
You know, looking back at all the news we've covered, one thing that really stands out for me is how Malaysia is taking this whole sustainability thing seriously.
Totally. It's not just talk. They're really walking the walk. Think about Dialogue Group with their LNG-powered solution, or Fajarbaru Builder's massive Medicity project with its clean energy focus. And let's not forget the government's big push for those large-scale solar projects.
It's not just about being eco-friendly, though, is it? There's a real economic strategy behind it.
Right. Sustainability is smart business. A healthy environment is a healthy economy.
They go hand in hand. Another thing that struck me today was Malaysia's role in global trade. The MUFTA negotiations with the EU are back on. There's potential for increased trade with the UK thanks to the CPTPP, and that record-breaking trade surplus in 2024 was pretty impressive.
It's a real sign of how Malaysia is stepping up and forging these new partnerships.
It's about building a stronger, more resilient economy, right? Not putting all our eggs in one basket.
Exactly. Of course, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. We can't forget about the challenges, too.
Definitely. We talk about those labor market paradoxes. And there's all the political uncertainty in places like South Korea and the whole tech war between the U.S. and China. That's not going away anytime soon.
It's a reminder that we can't just sit back and relax. The world is constantly changing. We need to be adaptable.
Informed and engaged, too. It's not enough to just read the headlines.
You need to understand what's happening, what it means for you, and how to make the right decisions for your life and your finances.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So as we wrap things up today, I want to emphasize one key point. Knowledge is power. We've thrown a lot of information at you, but the real value comes from what you do with it. Think about it, discuss it, apply it to your life.
Make it work for you. Staying informed is the first step, but it's just the beginning.
So stay curious, keep learning, and make smart choices.
And on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive into Malaysia Money Matters for today.
We hope you've enjoyed this journey through the world of finance, business, and current affairs.
Don't forget to subscribe and share the show with your friends.
We'll be back soon with more insights and discussions to help you navigate the ever-changing world of money and markets.
Until then, happy investing.
Hey there, thanks for tuning in. If you would like a deeper dive into all the investment opportunities from today's news, subscribe to my newsletter at moneymatters.substack.com. I will be sharing a deeper analysis of the key investment opportunities from today's news, including what makes these opportunities stand out and how they fit into the broader market trends. By subscribing to the Malaysia Money Matters newsletter, you will also get exclusive insights on my watch list and portfolio and fundamental reports on Malaysian listed companies.